Hello friends, my name is Sunat and I'm watching Smart and Save It Technology channel where we're showcasing videos related to unboxing, travel and technology. So today's topic which I will be discussing with you is educational videos wherein the topic is cloud computing. So why I've chosen this topic I will be explaining in the upcoming slides and why you really want to invest your time in learning about this technology which is cloud. A lot of booming sectors are there because due to the digitalization, many companies want that even though freshers or be it you are experienced employee to learn this kind of technology. And I wanted to watch this video till the end because I will be sharing some tips and tricks wherein in how we will be trying to uh, clear the certifications or be it how we try to capture the market, get a good job with this proper level of basic awareness about this cloud and please do subscribe my channel till the end and let's go ahead and watch my upcoming slides. Thank you. Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Sunit and you're watching Smart and Save It Technology channel. So hope you guys all doing good. So today we'll be learning about this new concept called cloud computing. So there are two words around the statement, a cloud plus a computing. So I prepared this PPT so better explain you the relevant concept of cloud computing, why there is urgent need, and why presently we are in a digital era. We should understand this concept. And along with that, I will be telling you about the definition of cloud computing and what are the various types of cloud computing services, or in terms of services or in terms of model, and who are the cloud providers, so whom we can trust and use their particular service. So I've structured this content in such a way where a normal man or a person who do not belong to an IT field also can understand this concept. So this is a particular scenario which I will be sharing with you. There's a one person named as Sam, another is a Bob. So there's a discussion going on why there is an urgent need for cloud computing. So Sam is a person who works in XYZ Limited firm, and he doesn't know about this cloud, but he has heard from his friend this word cloud is a kind of buzzword which revolves in his mind each and every day. So his question to Bob was, Bob, I want to set up a company which is on-premise, which has an on-premise infrastructure. Please tell me how many resources do I be needing so that I can set up an on-premise environment for my XYZ company limited. So he asked the Bob. Bob is actually cloud architect, which is very senior guy and a brainy guy. So he started explaining about the clouds and how the clouds are formed. Not particularly the clouds which you see from your window. It's actually in a higher infrastructure. So he started telling about what is a cloud, and he started telling him why can't we move it to the cloud and we can set up on-premise environment over there. So Sam was a bit not sure what he meant by that. So then he started asking about whether this cloud computing will add a value to my organization, which is XYZ Limited. So Sam's concern was like, if I as an individual or a Sam as an individual wanted to set up an on-premise environment. So on-premise environment means like you are setting up your own business in a particular location or a data centers. You have your own building and you have your own servers is hosted at your on-premise or your private building, and along with that you have your own internet connection which you have bought from the different vendors. You have your own router, and plus along with that you have to maintain the licensing. Suppose like whatever operating system you are using, so server licensing the Sam has to maintain. Along with that, there's a lot of internet security loops are going on. A lot of hackers are trying to evade your network. They try to snoop your network traffic. So the Sam wants to install this firewall. Along with that, he wants to install the security patches or antivirus software which eventually help his business to keep all the confidential information, particularly on-premise environment. Apart from that, he wants to show some data of the customers in the form of database, like you have a database in SQL, Postgres, MongoDB, etc. Plus a major disadvantage what Sam is facing is like even though it's a very tedious task for him and there's a lot of cost involved in it, You have to buy each and every servers, maintain the proper licensing of it, and most of the time whenever you try to fix one thing, another problem arises because you want to hire a lot of staff. So there is a problem of availability. Availability means like there is a lot of patches which is not going, your internet sometimes slow downs, your website sometimes slow down, he cannot scale his business. Scaling is like vertical or horizontal scaling, which I will be explaining in the terms of the cloud. So Bob listened to all of this thing, and Bob told him, boss, I'm here to help you out, and what are the advantages which a cloud can provide you. So he started telling him that one of the basic concepts of cloud is like pay as you go model. So he told Sam, like, you don't need to set up, you don't need to pay me at front actually. Whatever service or the resources which you are using, just pay that cost and amounting service, and within a few of seconds you can start building your company internal website or start hosting your servers. Don't need to pay me anything. So Sam was a bit impressed about this because there's no upfront cost. It's a win-win situation for me. So all the server management. So Bob told, you don't need to manage the servers. We have our own data centers in all over the regions, and we can take all the server issues, either uploading patches, or don't need to hire any of the outside members or outsource resources as well. Plus your DB issues, wherever you need to hire a database administrator here and there. But however, within a click of a button, we can install your databases. We can upload, we can query the data, we can fetch the data, and we can upload it. So Sam was a bit impressed about it. Then he explained about this disaster recovery part as well. So Sam asked, what is that actually? Then Bob was telling him, like, disaster recovery, whenever you are setting an on-premise environment, suppose my on-premise environment is in Bangalore, sometime disaster or some calamities happen. So where is my data will get saved? So Bob told him there is in cloud-based model you have this availability sets or availability zone. These are the concept wherein if one place, one region, one DC gets shut down, another DC will have your data or a data replica copy of it, and you don't need to worry about it. So Sam was very happy about it, and then Sam asked, what is the scaling functionality which you're telling? So scaling in cloud means like you can either vertical scale or horizontal scaling. So it's like you can increase suppose in an example like wherein Sam has a website which gets a lot of traffic in a day, and suddenly there is no traffic on some other day. So whenever there is a traffic in a day, his cloud-based or whatever service he has taken it, so it can upscale the service or increase the VM machine size or increase the VM machine count, so that his business will not get affected. Otherwise Sam has to have a lot of resources to manage that thing. Major advantage of this cloud-based model which Bob was selling is the availability. Always it will be available as a high available. There will be no downtime, because even the cloud providers, they basically tell you the 99 point some percent that SLA they are maintaining. Even one DC gets shut down or something, some calamity happen, another DC will be up and running so that your data will be restored. And major advantage is the security. There is a lot of securities which every company is bothered about. The cloud provider had a proper functionality wherein they are trying to keep your data safe in particular DB or particular server which is either hosted in some other environment, but however their data is protected by that. So after hearing all of these things, Sam was really happy, and he really wanted to understand what is actually cloud computing means. So as per the definition which I have tried to get it from the Google, so cloud computing is the on-demand availability of computer system resources, especially data storage and compute power, without direct active management by the user. So guys, in simple words, if you are using cloud computing as a service over the internet, you just need to pay whatever the service you are using. It has a concept like pay as you go basis. Suppose I'm using one service from the cloud. Suppose let's example as a VM. I want to host a VM. Within a click of a button, I can directly start my VM, and whatever the particular time I'm using the VM, I need to pay for that. So I don't need to pay extra, I don't need to pay upfront cost. Is very simple concept like that. So Sam and Bob, as you can see in the slide, they are agreed in the same path, and Sam is presently happy with it. and the right side PPT which I am say cloud internet, where in cloud internet, where is what it does actually, within a click of a button you can directly save your files and folders in some storage or database, and you can retrieve back also. That's a good functionality of the cloud. Otherwise, in on-premise environment, wherein if I want to get the data, I need to contact my DBA to get the data retrieved, then eventually my SLA get breached. But it's in the cloud and cloud computing model or power which has in this. So what it does, within a click of a button, I can directly retrieve the data, I can fetch the data, I can directly repost the data, and within a fraction of a second my business will be at boom. So next slide is like, so what are the types of cloud computing? So there are two types mainly. One is a deployment model, another service model. How clouds are functioning basically: public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. These are the deployment models which I will be explaining in the present scenario. So deployment model is like wherein you have public, private and hybrid. Public is like very is easily accessible by everyone. Means like you have a website hosted on your virtual machine or your on-premise environment. Within a click of a button, all the other users can see your website, comment on the website, and it's very easily. Otherwise, in other scenario wherein you are not able to access your website, sometimes a server gets service is downloaded properly, patches are not getting it. But however, with this public cloud environment model, you can access by everything. It's really highly reliable, wherein you have your data stored in the public cloud. It's highly reliable, where one DC or some other DC gets due to natural calamity gets stopped down, your data will be always available to the end user. Easily scalable, where I can scale my data to like vertical scaling, horizontal scaling, due to the frequency of whatever the data is coming to my network traffic. Or given an example where I have an e-commerce website, on a sudden Diwali season, a lot of people are buying stuff from my website, so my traffic gets increased. So whether the public cloud model, what does it help? Like it helps in the easy scalable. I mean, like within the fraction of second, with a click of a button of a user, you can directly put a lot of resources, put a lot of VM machines or a lot of DB on the front, so that your customer interaction will not get unaffected. And best part of it is no upfront cost, because as a state, like it's a consumption based model wherein you pay what you are using. So public cloud, in simple terms, is like your public transport. It's like a bus which is available for everyone to use it. Wherever you go, you pay for your ticket upfront to the conductor or a driver, and that's the way the public cloud works. Private cloud is a bit concerned about the security. Is basically for the organization which has the sensitive data. Suppose A and B, C company has sensitive data about the customer. They don't want to go to the public cloud and allow the other people or the hackers to invade their traffic and retrieve the data. So what is this high level of security? Then it's basically internal to the organization. Your big boss doesn't want your data to get outside. And plus, main advantage is better performance, because you have your own data. Whatever data I have it in my environment, I want to fetch it, and it's pretty safe for me. So private is something which you own, you govern it. You are given an example, your own vehicle. You will not give your vehicle to another person to drive. You will drive first. It's your property, it's your vehicle. Hybrid cloud is a combination of private and a public cloud. What it does actually, sometimes an organization I want to keep a sensitive data in my on-premise environment, private environment. So they will use a public cloud, but however they want to let their web page URL or the URL so to host it to the public cloud, so that people can buy the product from them. And once they buy the product from them, and they will try to keep a database of the customer which is hidden in their on-premise environment, because they don't want to expose it as per the regulations. So example, like you use this hybrid cloud model like a Ola and Uber. The second model which you have is a service-based model approach. So there are three service-based model approach. One is IaaS, second is PaaS, and third is SaaS. So IaaS means infrastructure as service. Second is PaaS, which is platform as service. Third is SaaS, software as a service. So I will go in brief what each of this means. So infrastructure as service, wherein your organization want to just host a VM machine uh, and take that advantage, around later on they can deploy their applications or anything on that. They just want on a VM machine. Like, so what it does actually, like in a cloud service based model, your whole infrastructure, everything is been taken care by the, suppose given an example like Azure, which is Microsoft based. So they will take all, they will deploy all your virtual machine. You need to buy separate servers, storage servers, and networking part, and directly they will tell you this is your VM machine 1 or 2 3. You can deploy as much as you want, and based on the pay as you go model. Above it you can deploy your operating system, your RAM, and all, and you can host your applications. The best part about this infrastructure as service, you don't need to pay any upfront cost to the cloud providers. It's very easily within a click of a button you can directly host your VM machines. So particularly infrastructure is mainly for the VM, so you can understand that. Second is platform as service, wherein uh, here what happens actually, the cloud providers give you a platform to do test run, to do development, to do testing. This basically platform is mainly for the developers who doesn't want to code, who doesn't want to do any infrastructure or kind of thing, and directly they want to get a platform to directly do a unit testing or do a coding in that, and start writing scripts along with that. So given an example is like your SQL, you have a direct platform where you directly log into a database or servers, or your app server is one of the example in the platform as a service. So basically it's for a developer end. Software as a service is like is a full-fledged product from the vendors. Suppose to give an example is Office 365 and the Gmail. This is a great example of software. You don't need to maintain anything. Everything is being maintained by the cloud provider, be it your networking, storage, your VM machine, your operating system, or the application data, how you're trying to host your applications to the web, and how this is a full-fledged software product. Like if another example like Salesforce CRM software or Office 365 or email, this directly you use you start using. You don't need to bear about all the expenses and whatever the service or whatever the resources you are using. Just pay them whatever you are using in the particular time, and directly you will get a bill on in your inbox. So there are a lot of cloud providers, but probably these are the best to best, and which provide a lot of great services. So one is the AWS, which is called Amazon Web Service. Second is the Google Cloud, or GCP we call. This VMware and the IBM Cloud is a, they're also getting really they have a good market space. And third is the Microsoft Azure. So my thought about this cloud is like it's very good technology to learn for each and every person. Even though you are a fresher also from school pass out or you have an experience, start investing in this digital technology, be it your AI, machine learning, or cloud. Cloud is easily within a click of a button. You can directly host your application, allow users to write comments on your website, and it's very easy. Like you just want to pay as you go model. Like I'm using 10 resources, I have a 10 resources, I'm using 10 services from the cloud providers, and directly I need to pay for that. You don't need to pay for your like in earlier days you buy a rack or you buy a database, you buy 10 to 20 12 PCs in your in your home, and you start building by hiring a lot of outsourcing people. So it's very tedious task and a lot of cost involved in it. Like your capex and opex is getting apex. Capex means your operation expenditure, and opex means operation expenditure, wherein every day in day out whatever service you are doing you have to pay. So your business is getting lost. But with the help of this cloud, there's a lot of advantage. So I humbly request everyone to start learning about this cloud. And finally, just let me know or put the comments in my YouTube channel. How do you feel? How do you feel about this PPT presentation, and what kind of insight did you get about it, and are you really wanted to learn about this cloud? And let me know so that I can start making another videos of it, and I can start publishing in the website. Thank you so much guys. Stay well, be happy, and subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget it. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching my channel videos, and hope you have learned a lot in terms of cloud, the key terms and terms and technologies, what you want to focus in life, and please do reskill and upskill yourself so that you should not fall behind and get a good job. And I will be linking my all the other channel videos, so please do watch that as well, and please subscribe to my channel so that it will help me to grow and produce this good content to you as a user as well. Thank you so much and goodbye.